from an undisclosed locations for reasons of security and insecurity. We present to you MnRTV live show, and tonight, polar shift and the coming of the mysterious planet Nibiru, Planet X. Now, what in the world are polar shifts? Well, before I get into that, I'm gonna have to introduce to you the one and the only, the one from Montreal, the one, probably the champion of coffee himself, the madman, right here, Mario. How are you, buddy?
Robert, what a day. What a week. A lot of things I've had.
What a week. I've had a rough night last night, and now, well, I'm just drinking from my anti-Illuminati, isn't it?
Yes, that's a nice mug you got there, Rob. Way to go. Now, I guess Robert's having his little problems, technical problems again. Computer's slowing down. Robert.
I hear you.
You hear me, but we don't see you. It's pitch black. You're frozen, unfortunately. So.
And now?
Now I see you. Lucky you're back. Welcome back. It's nice to see you. It was freezing. It happens. Technical problems.
It's been happening all day again. These problems, but this is only it's the Illuminati doing this. I am convinced it is the New World Order doing this beyond a shadow of a doubt, because I don't have computer problems every week. Only when I do the show, you know. But tonight we're going to be talking about polar shifts and the mysterious coming of the Planet X. Planet X. And are you excited, Mario?
Robert, I am very excited. Whenever every Wednesday comes up, I look forward to doing the show. If you don't know me by now, this is me. I look forward to doing the show.
Yeah, exactly. And I have strong beliefs that Revelation 6:14 does talk about Planet X. And the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together, and every mountain and island were moved out of the places. Now that sounds like a polar shift, but we'll get back later on with that. This has been brought to you by the Montreal Anti-Illuminati Task Force, and what a show we've got for you tonight, folks.
Yes, so what we're going to be talking about, the polar shifts and Planet X. That's a tongue twister. It's even a tongue twister to say that. That's going to happen after 8:15. That's when the topic. But before we get into the topic, we like to do the little introduction and talk about whatever the news that's happening. There's so much news out there, mainstream, underground stuff people don't want to talk about.
There's so much that we got like we could have done just a show in the news of what's going on tonight, you know, folks, and it's just unreal, all the stuff that's happening. So we better get to it right away.
Yes. So this is me. I'm going to be going and showing you the information that what you want to know, because that's more important than hearing and watching. Well, it's important to hear me, but it's also not that important to watch me. It's more important what we have to show you. So that's it. I'm switching on over to show you what we got to show you.
You're going to hit on over, aren't you? Let's go. Maximum overdrive.
Here we go.
The MnR Production blog.
Yes, and it's MnR Productions, Mariolaur.blogspot.ca. This does appear in the description alongside with all the other topics and discussions and websites and links. It's all in the description. So all you have to do is just look in the description. It's all there. So this is our beautiful blog right here. This is how, if you want to watch the show. Now you could watch us also on YouTube live, but this blog has something that, you know, the videos, the YouTube channel doesn't have, which is this rectangle right there. You know, and you could interact and say hi and this and that and talk about what we're talking about and comment amongst each other. And, you know, I even show this. I flash it sometimes because it's cool. Right, Rob? This is cool. I like this website. Bookmark it if you have to. Now, if you didn't bookmark it, just click refresh and hit that, and you can watch us live. So now we're going to get into the hot pictures of the week.
And here we go. All right, we make you pay for the water you drink, for the food you eat, for the wars we need, for the crimes we commit. We make you dedicate the most important parts of your life to us, but we give you wages and tell you that they allow you to buy stuff and pay for your needs, make us even richer. We call this freedom.
Yeah, so who's those three pigs up on top of there? Who you think that could be, Rob?
Kissinger, Rockefeller, and Rothschild.
Yes.
Something like that, I would think.
Yeah, so that's it. That's one of the pictures. This one I also like, you know, it's kind of cool.
It's just like Call of Duty, bro. You'll be a hero. Come on, I'll take you to Red Lobster and we'll get those forms signed. Very funny, eh?
Very funny, but you know what? Through all the jokes, there's always some reality to it, and this is it. Red Lobster, they will turn us red before, you know how it is, the sink starts to, not the sink, the pot of water, you know, the pot of water, you boil it, you put everybody inside, and then you kill everybody. That's what they're implying. That's what they're trying to say, right? Because
exactly.
If you put everybody in cold water, in lukewarm water or regular warm water, it won't hurt nobody. But put them in cold water or regular water and then turn on the heat, there goes everybody. Anyways,
exactly. Anyhow,
next.
what does school really teach children? Truth comes from authority. Intelligence is the ability to remember and repeat. Accurate memory and repetition are rewarded. Non-compliance is punished. Conform intellectually and socially. Yeah, right. not very fun.
That's what the schools are teaching, unfortunately, to the kids. They're feeding them garbage as usual, stuff lies and all that, you know.
For sure. Exactly.
Now this I love.
Satan's rule on America is becoming more and more evident. Freedom is swiftly becoming an illusion in the country as the government takes our rights away. Evil and wickedness are abound, just as the devil continues to infiltrate society's way and turns our back on God. The signs of the times are being revealed, and as time progresses, it will escalate. Well, it has escalated
And it
beyond
keeps
anything. It's going so fast.
And it keeps on escalating, right, Rob?
Well, yeah, but daily, my friend, daily. And I've seen it. I thought I've seen it all, but I don't think I've seen it all.
I like that. That's a nice picture. This one also, look at this. Wall Street banksters, they're enjoying life, while the poor U.S. veterans,
out on the street.
Yeah, sad. Now this is, you know, compelling, controversial.
The real Holocaust. Within 18 months between 1932 and 1933, over 7 million Ukrainian men, women, and children were systematically murdered in an enforced famine created by Stalin's bloodthirsty communist regime in Moscow. No one remembers them on Holocaust Memorial Day, though. How true and how sad.
Yeah, they're being denied that happened. Them, Armenians, you know, so many people have went through this, like, you know, genocides and this and that, and they're always being forgotten, and that's the reality of how life can be, real sad. Next, this is why we're on this. This is why we're watching, because we're not ordinary people. We got the courage to say no. That's why we're here watching. That's why we're in the conspiracy talk. That's why we're doing the show and everything.
Ordinary people, the courage to say no, and that's why we're deep underground at an unknown location doing these shows, because we have to expose them. We have to get as many people awakened, and the more we are, the more we have a chance of fighting and actually winning and dismantling the new world order, folks.
We can't be sheep. We're not sheeple. We've been awakened. Next. Now this one's been getting a lot of attention.
I hope none of these Christians notice that I stole all these teachings from the New Age movement. Very deceitful, the New Age movement. Very, 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 very dangerous.
But there are people out there who say, no, the new movement is very good. It's not as bad as you guys say it is. Do your homework, people. That's all I have to say. Next, this Rob, it got like 70 hits, 70
I know.
likes.
I may not be a smart man, but I know two planes can cause three buildings to collapse in free fall time.
Well, it should really change. It should really say we may not be a smart people because we're talking to all the viewers out there. But you
Oh,
know,
but it's awakened, my friend. It's 2010. From 2010 till now, I've seen things getting awakened. When I started first doing the website and all of that, people didn't know much about the Illuminati, New World Order. They did, but now it's like it's getting more and more. It's mainstream. I mean, look what Jim Carrey did. Whether it was planned or not pre-planned. What do you folks think? Put in the chat room about Jim Carrey, what he did, the video, and he called him the Illuminati.
oh well. So, anyways, you know, it's like we're waking up. A lot of people are waking up. That's the point of this picture, you know.
Exactly.
And this one, final one.
Not sure if world is becoming more F-up or just becoming more aware of how F-up the world has always been. I think it's becoming more and more. What?
I totally forgot about that F word. I shouldn't have put up this picture. It's a family show.
This is a kid's show, my friend. This is a kid's show, but I did not say the F word. Even though in the past I may have said it, but it's okay. You're forgiven. I'm sure that our bosses won't get angry.
No.
I mean, you haven't done no slip-ups in what, 2 years now?
I mean, I feel bad, you know, that actually slipped, but it was, you know, a lot of people liked it. But nowadays, kids do the same stuff, if not worse. So now we're going to move on out to the conspiracy talk group quickly, you know, just to say that this is what's, you know, one of the groups that is flying out there, right?
Oh,
on
yeah,
Facebook.
what the heck? 270 new members. Wow.
Yeah, and it's
In
not
what
a
week?
fraud.
I thought I saw 70.
No.
Oh, I have my new glasses on. Yeah. Okay. So go ahead. Do you gotta do?
Well, nothing. I'm just going to tell the people the usual, you know. This
Yeah, that's what I mean.
This is where you can find the week show, or the following show that's going to come, you know, or today this show. You just go here, you hit this, and you know, you go to our blog so that you can do what you got to do or do what you want to do, because hey, we're free people. We're free. We so-called think we're living in a free country, but we're not. Right? It's been overtaken and ruled. But anyhow, I'm just babbling on. But that's how if you want to watch us, it's right there, you know. And there's so much action going on. People just post up so many goodies on here, you know. I mean, you could just spend all day on here. I know I do. In fact, I make this my home page. You know, as soon as I turn on Facebook, I go on the conspiracy.
No, you made this your home period. You made this your home period.
Rob, sometimes I even forget to wish happy birthday to some people, you know, because I'm just always on here. This is why I'm on Facebook, you know.
Yeah, and there's people we all post stuff up, and it's really, you know, out of the ordinary stuff.
Compelling, controversial. That's why this is here. You know, we get a lot of people get angry.
Look what someone put: the Ferguson false flag exposed martial law psyop to divide and conquer. Yup.
Rob, you know what? This stole my next thing. I was going to talk about it. But anyways, that's it for the conspiracy talk. If you want to join it, again, we do scan your profile to make sure you're not a fake or a scammer or a spammer, whatever, or a troller or whatever. We don't tolerate that. So if you do, be nice on the group. Show some respect, because we're not each other's enemies, unless if you want to be our enemy by rebelling and fighting against us and making a donkey hole out of yourself. But be nice, be respectable on the group. We're all on this together. We're all on here to fight what, Rob?
To fight the New World Order, Illuminati, the agenda, the New World Order, and fight the bankers and whatever you want to call them, the global elitists, the aliens, hybrids, whatever you want to call them. We're here for that.
Anyhow, let's get straight on to the recent news that's out there, Rob. I'm not. You know what? Before you read the title, before we get into this, I'm not going to go and show you the article. because or we're not going to go deep into this
No,
article.
protesters return to riots, scarred Ferguson streets. No, don't even. Yeah, you could show the picture, but that's it, you know. But
Yeah, because you know what, mainstream.
that's
That's
how we hear. But it's terrible. And there's a video out there on Conspiracy Talk that said it's a psyop, and I do believe there's a psyop indeed. Because look what's happening in Canada now. No, in Quebec, there's a lot of protests for austerity, isn't there?
yeah.
And
But
and
no, Rob, but never mind here in Canada and Quebec. Why is this happening? Why are these riots happening? You're good at you explain. Take the stage on that one.
well, I am. I believe that they're doing these riots so that they could gain more control, get the guns, get more people frightened. You know, we have the solution: problem, reaction, solution. You know, and to take away more of the freedoms of people. That's why this is being done.
Martial law, Rob. I was expecting you to say martial law.
Oh, the martial law. That's a long time. I haven't used that word. I haven't listened to AJ in a while now. Martial law, or what we call it the nanny state,
Police
FEMA
state.
camp, police state. That's it.
Now, the reason why I'm putting this up is that's the only reason why this story is so important, because I know a lot of people, I will see them tomorrow or the day after, and will say, what kind of a show is this? You didn't even talk about Ferguson. You didn't even talk about that. But I would say, you know what, it's always mainstream stuff. But then I said, you know what, we got to look at the other angle, that they want to make it into a police state, and that they want to make it also into martial law. That's why this is there.
State. But what they eventually want to do is do this to all the countries of the world and create a prison planet.
Yes, so now we're going to move on, because I guess that's it for that. We don't want to bore people. That's usually mainstream stuff, but we're just giving our angle to why this is happening. Why exactly?
Now this over here.
Yes, hold on, Rob. Let me just, because they keep doing stuff. Okay, this is what you've been talking about. This was in the first article, but I said let me post it now. All right.
Yeah, the official website of the Illuminati. Illuminati. Official.org. Now the thing is, this came into Conspiracy Talk, and some associates of ours have posted a video on this, and they're saying it is the official website of the Illuminati, and it is run by Jesuits. I'm sure people in the Conspiracy Talk have seen this, and apparently it's run by the Jesuits, the Vatican. And this is an Illuminati website, and apparently they track you down like they change IP addresses every 15 seconds. It's military-based IP, some kind of technology that's I don't even really know about. I didn't have time to research this, but yeah, this is supposed to be the official website of the Illuminati. And Mario, let's get your take on this.
Rob, I think this is bullcrap. Honestly, I honestly think this is bullcrap. What is the Illuminati? They're really going to make themselves look like they're good when they're not good, because they were in control of this from way before. We know that they're not good. They're as bad as the Freemasons. But the only thing is they want us to join. So, but you have to be like what, pretty wealthy to join this organization. This is a total joke. I don't believe this. I don't know, Rob. I honestly do not believe this.
I got two people. A person we know in Montreal, that's intruder and all that, and they said that they think it's BS, and I think you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah,
and
I
also
know.
have somebody else high up that I know, a contact of mine, and told me yesterday that this is not true. So whatever. You could see the video there, and they'll tell, and the people that have found it, like it's divided, you know. And I didn't even bother going deep in it, because I've got contacts that went, but I personally did not go in deep in it. I'll take their word for it, but I have to research it. But you know, that's all I've got to say for that. For now.
Yeah, we'll keep you posted in the future shows if there's
anything to it. Yes, if there's more to the Illuminati website or official organization, you guys can post it in the chat room what you guys think of that, if you've seen it or what you think.
Yeah, that's very, very important. Now we're going to move on to something else, shall we?
Yeah. Polish lawmakers want to ban Winnie-the-Pooh over his dubious sexuality. They dubbed the bear a half-naked and a hermaphrodite. Isn't that insane?
Honestly, they have nothing else.
This is the New World Order doing this. Because more control. How long? I was a kid and I had Winnie-the-Pooh. No one ever made problems with that. Now they're saying that because he has no underwear. Is that right? Is that what you were telling me?
Yeah, look, no pants. You see
So
that? He's wearing a shirt.
it's a cartoon. It's an animal. Since when do so that means now we can't have animals anymore because if they don't have underpants. This is just total, like, if somebody in the Illuminati is given a task to find out the stupidest, most dumbest things to write about, to worry about. Somebody is paid to do this, and it's not funny. It's just beyond belief that people can do such things.
Now, let me just explain to you for the people that don't know Winnie the Pooh. Winnie the Pooh apparently is a Canadian character. He was made, I believe, in Winnipeg, and that's where
Winnipeg.
Winnie. So the thing is we don't know. Like some people say he's a male, others say he's a female. I always thought he was male, but I never paid attention. As a kid, I have never paid attention to what he was wearing because that was irrelevant. I'm innocent. I was innocent, I should say. Probably still am today if people know me. Anyhow, I was innocent back then. I didn't care about his pants. I was too busy looking at this motion moving in the screen, and I was saying, wow, this is interesting. This is beautiful. This is wonderful. It's a work of art. And these guys, they decide to do this in Poland. But that's like, that's my 2 cents that I put in this. See,
and it talks about, look, it talks about Pooh's testicles and a rusty razor blade. Oh my God, unreal, just unreal. The stuff that they talk about.
Yeah, but Donald Duck doesn't wear any pants.
And Daffy Duck neither.
No, none of these guys. They're cartoons. Start picking.
I never even thought of that. Like never. Even when I got older, I said, oh, these cartoons don't wear pants or whatever. I never thought of that. They're animals.
It's ridiculous.
I'd like to get this person who thought of this and then just like ask them what the heck's the matter with you? Are you on crack or something? Jeez.
Rob, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, between that and the next thing I'm gonna pull up, just give me a second while I focus. Now this is another one that's like, I know it was on we could have spoken about it last week, but because there was so many things, I said I will use it this week. This man right here, so sad.
A timeline of the abuse charges against Bill Cosby updated, and this is like an update. A timeline, right, Mario?
That's a timeline, but we won't get too much.
No. We'll just talk about it. Like, I do wonder if he actually did all of this, or if it's just like he was an Illuminati. He didn't listen to it, and they blackmailed him and said, "We're gonna blacken your name." I wonder. I don't do research into this, but it could be 2 things. He either did it, but why would women all of a sudden come out and say it? And you know whose wife complained? Then in 1967, he tried to kiss her and attack her. Lou Ferrigno's wife, Carla, but she wasn't married to big Lou Ferrigno. And a few people wonder who Lou Ferrigno is. He was in the 1970s and 80s the Incredible Hulk, the bodybuilder. He was, So it's very sad what's going on. Whether it's true or not, I don't know. Maybe people do know out there, but whatever's going on, it's not bad. I mean, it's not good at all.
But you know something, Rob? The hypotenuse of the hypothesis, I should say, not the hypotenuse. We're not doing math here. The hypothesis of what you said is very possible, and you're not the only one. Someone else posted the same thing on the Conspiracy Talk not too long ago. That maybe he's done something against the Illuminati and they want to discredit him, put down his career, the poor guy. You know what? I always liked Bill Cosby. Pudding pops. That was the #1 thing I remember him. And I used to, you know what? I used to love watching the Cosby Show because I found this man to be innocent. And I bet you anything, I bet you my bottom dollar, I should say, that he's innocent. And they just want to discredit Bill Cosby. That's all we have to say about Bill. Sad, very sad, because we got to move on up. We have so many other things to talk about.
Exactly. Okay, now next piece of information. Woman gets microchip implant so she can leave office keys at home. Carrying keys is apparently all too much for one Swedish woman. She claims this isn't the future, but the present, and she's not the only one to let tech get under her skin.
Robert, were you aware of this?
Pardon?
Were you aware of this?
No, I was not aware of this, but it does not surprise me.
You see, that's why you come to the that's why people out there come to the MnRTV.
That's why I come to my own show to learn stuff. And you too, sometimes when I like last week there was something that I had discovered. I don't remember what it was now. You remember?
No, I do. Me too. I remember.
Yeah, but like I remember it was something that I had discovered, and you didn't even know when I had just discovered. I'm like, wow, myself too, just doing the show. But yeah, but what it was last week, I don't remember now. But apparently the Google Glass is not doing so well either, eh?
No, because all it is just to take pictures. How does that benefit me? You know, I don't need that. I have a phone that could take better pictures. I don't need to walk around with glasses that cost an arm and a leg. You know, when I wear my own glasses. So that's a flop. So that's it with this news bit here. I mean, when I saw this, I'm like, oh boy, the microchips here. You know, we're living in interesting times. I keep saying to everybody. I don't know if this can be associated with the mark of the beast, but you know what, the technology.
It's a precursor to something like that, I would think.
And look, people are getting it just because they don't want to carry keys. Now, if it's like what L.A. Marzulli said, that people will get it, will want to get it because they'll live longer, even more the reason.
Speaking of L.A. Marzulli, did you know that apparently he got attacked or something by some people, and Fritz Springmeier is defending him? And Fritz did put a big blog on his page about L.A. Marzulli, that he fully supports L.A. Marzulli's thinking and writing and all that stuff.
Oh man, L.A. Marzulli and Fritz, those are like, well, Fritz is more your favorite, but I love Fritz. But
no, I don't have favorites. I have many favorites, you know.
I know, but you know what I'm saying. Me, when Ellie comes on, it's like I just love listening to him. Anyhow, the next thing, Rob.
The future of relationships. Soon, millions of men will be having sex with lifelike female robots. Oh boy, I can just see it now. I can just see it now. They're gonna how they're gonna look. They're gonna look perfect, and they're gonna be robotic, and men are going to be fornicating with robots.
I don't know. It sounds too weird, right?
Well, it does. I mean, don't they have dolls already for that? Now they're going to be more and more. You know, so maybe one day, if the end doesn't come soon, it'll be so lifelike. People won't be able to tell the truth.
But Rob, listen. If these robots don't talk back to me like women talk back to me, I'll take a robot anytime.
Oh no, we can't. Oh boy, we can't. We can't. We can't. This is a kid show.
No, but I'm not saying. Listen, I'm saying I'm talking about like when you go out on a date, you know.
Oh, okay, yeah.
There's always an argument. Like she wants to go watch a drama movie, and you want to watch what do you call action / science fiction / what do you call it? Action, horror, you know. You understand what I'm saying? That's the beauty of this. I'm not talking about anything. I know it's a kid show. I fully well know that this is a kid show, and I will not bring up anything that's parental discretion is advised.
No, I didn't talk about that. I filled these past couple of weeks with such things, and look at that. These past couple of yeah, look at that. That's her. No, not something I really, not my cup of tea, as they would say.
But we still have to express it on here on the MnRTV live show. You know, we still have to speak about that. Now, the next thing, this is a quickie we just got to do here. You know, it's very fast. Walmart avoids paying $1 billion in taxes every year. How come we can't avoid that? How come big companies,
big corporations? You know, I wonder what Microsoft pays and other companies, Apple, Google, name them all, you know.
They don't pay no taxes, but they expect us to pay taxes because we're the little people. Then they're the rich. We're the We're the middle
We're the
people.
slaves. We're the slaves, and don't forget who's on top, you know.
So this is like, I'm just gonna show like quickly here.
How Walmart is dodging billions in taxes, and don't forget all the links gonna be up to the on the show underneath the description after the recording.
Now this is pretty mind-blowing here, right? Because Walmart, you know,
Exactly.
I'm just glad that Walmart gives you good deals on a lot of stuff. Aside from that.
I know, but they don't pay taxes, but we have to.
No, it's only normal. I bet you even McDonald's doesn't pay taxes. So that's it with that one. That's like, when I saw that, I was like, wow, this is something for right in the alley kind of way, you know? I mean, the bankers, my friend.
No, my friend, not the bankers, the banksters.
Or what did I say, bankers?
I should have worn my shirt of the banksters.
Oh yeah, it's true. There's a difference between banksters and bankers, right? But
We're talking about the banksters here.
I hate when a website doesn't show like you want it to show. You know, just use that. Okay, the next one. Speaking of surveillance.
Vodafone, linked company aided British mass surveillance. Yeah, well, Britain, I think the city of London is one of the most mass surveilled cities in the world. There's cameras everywhere. The flow underneath the Atlantic Ocean and the United Kingdom below the golden sands of idyllic beaches, but the internet cables that come ashore at the coast of Cornwall, England, are just not used to connect the country with the rest of the world. According to whistleblower Edward Snowden, the cables have become an integral part of the global mass surveillance system operated by the British spy agency, Government Communications Headquarters, intimately assisted by a company now owned by Vodafone, the world's third largest cell phone network provider. Well, yeah, why do you think the internet was built, folks? It was not built for our convenience. They make it sound like it, but it's to survey us. I mean, they give us Facebook, Google Plus. We give them free information, everything we like, everything we don't like, where we are, and everything. In exchange, they give us this service. We're thinking, oh, it's so great. People know what we do, but it's like we've given them freedom. This is better than any NSA, CIA forced program. We've given the information to them on the internet.
Yeah, but Rob, you know what? Me, I don't complain about this thing because you know what? If it wouldn't be for that, there would be no MnRTV live show. I'd be doing something else now, probably.
Yeah, but the thing is, we're doing this not for our own good. We're doing this to wake up people.
I know, but at the same time, we're trying to.
Trust me, I'd rather be doing something else than waking up people like this. If there'd be no need to wake up people, if the world would be at peace, there'd be no new world order. There'd be no slaves.
Yeah, I know, Rob, but at least you know we're having kind of fun doing this. People, I enjoy doing it. At least you know we're getting something out of it. If there wouldn't have been no new world order and no Illuminati and this and that, well, we would have been doing a show about something else at this time. I don't know about what, but you know. But now we're doing this because we've been awoken. And we want everybody else to be.
Yeah, well, we for sure would be doing a show about something else, you know. But what? Who knows? But
anyhow, the next one is the last. We've saved the best for last, which is UFOs. Before we call up Trish.
UFO sightings. Platform like UFO witness hovering near Arkansas nuclear plant for 2 hours. Have you noticed they always go near the UFOs always go near nuclear plants? There must be something with it.
Well, you know what it is, because apparently when there were when they did the experiments with dropping the nuclear bombs and the atom bombs, apparently it sent waves through outer space, and they were, oh, what the hell is that? Let's go there, you know?
Yeah.
So that's why this is why it happened. So I don't know if this is worth reading, but I'm just like going to show it if people want to pause the video once it gets recorded and look at what we're posting, and because it's nice to do that.
Exactly. I'm not going to read it all, but people know, they can see it right here, what happened in nuclear facilities, that it was recorded videos on November 5th, and a fleet of over 15 UFOs over 7 state-owned nuclear power plants. And it also goes into France with 58 plant commitment nuclear energy, so UFOs are attracted to power plants, nuclear.
Yeah, because there's something there. They could use that. I doubt it that they use fuel. We will never know. We don't know what they use to power their UFOs. I'm sure that they know what they use in Area 51. I'm sure they know what is used to power these UFOs.
Exactly, for sure. But I think now we should bring up Trish.
Yeah, I think Trish is due for her spotlight of the day, right?
Yeah, I agree too, for sure.
Because she deserves her time on the MnRTV live show, right?
All right, so we will be back after this little break. The Madman and the #1 bad boy shall return. So Trish, come on up. You're next on MnRTV live show.
The evidence is all around us. Things are getting weird on the Earth. Nothing is as it should be. Sinkholes are not normal every day. Neither is record-setting weather every day. Or dead animals or the pole shifting from where it always has been to Siberia at a record pace. What does this all add up to? This. Ref 6. 12 I looked when he broke the 6th seal. And there was a great earthquake. And the sun became black as sackcloth made of hair, and the whole moon became like blood. 13 And the stars of the sky fell to the earth, as a fig tree casts its unripe figs when shaken by a great wind. 14 The sky was split apart like a scroll when it is rolled up, and every mountain and island were moved out of their places. 15 Then the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the commanders, and the rich, and the strong, and every slave and free man hid themselves in the caves and among the rocks of the mountains. 16 And they said to the mountains and to the rocks, fall on us and hide us from the presence of him who sits on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb. 17 For the great day of their wrath has come, and who is able to stand? That is a great description of what a pole ship might look like. Nobody alive today knows for sure what one looks like because there hasn't been one in recorded history other than maybe on cave wall somewhere. But a pole shift is coming. Read the word of the Lord, then look around at what's happening. The facts tell us the word of the Lord is coming to pass. Are we surprised? No. What the Lord said would happen will happen. Another recurring theme is this 2 years from now idea, like we hear in the video above. The guy says 2 years from now the North Pole will be in a position where it might flip. Where does 2 years put us? 2015. I see that popping up all over the place, not least of all as the grand final in the space show that includes a lunar tetrad spanning 20,142,015 and twin full solar eclipses in 2015 and all on the Lord's feast days. Who knows about dates and times? Only the Lord, but He does expect us to be ready at all times. Let's be doing the good things our hands can find to do while we anticipate the presence of the Lord. Grace and peace.
Thank you very much, Trish. I mean, what would we do without you? You know, it's like blessing to our ears to hear your voice.
I agree.
You know,
Can
she makes it happen, right?
Can you see me?
I could not see you, but I can see you moving. Now I can see you. Now we can all see you.
Okay. All right. So yeah. So what in the world of polar shifts and the mysterious planet X that was they said it was supposed to happen in 2012, but I had great reservations that it would actually happen in 2012. The coming of the planet X, Nibiru.
Yeah, Rob, me too. I was like waiting for it, and I saw it.
No, I wasn't waiting. I knew it was gonna come. I had a feeling. All right.
That it wasn't gonna come.
Yeah, not in 2012. I knew nothing would happen in 2012. It was a big dud. But it was good. It was good, like you know, because it got actually mainstream people talking about all of this stuff. So it was good in a way. It was fun.
Yeah, but if it doesn't happen, then people are, oh, it didn't happen. You see, those conspiracy people never happened. They just say it does for.
I know.
But anyhow, so now we're gonna.
All right. Countdown to pole shifts. Undeniable signs of Planet X Nibiru and Earth changes photos. And this is a recent article of. Oh, well, that's last year's article. Oops, I thought it was 2014. All right. The crust, but the information is pretty good. There's a video there. The crust separates from the core, allowing pre-existing stress points to relax. What's life as you know it literally and coincidentally turned on its head? What if life as you know it is literally and completely turned on to its head? There's signs you can use as a guide to countdown to pole shift. Yes, without a doubt. According to the Zetas of the Zeta Talk, the 3 undeniable signs that a momentous event is about to take place will include, but not limited to, simultaneously increasing volcanic activity and earthquake activity in the 9.0 range magnitude, and red dust that turns the waters of Earth blood red. And eventually, isn't that scary? Look at it, man. Look at the diagram. It's just showing what's happening.
That's very scary. But the thing is, I've noticed something. Red dust, you know, Earth, the blood red and all that. The water's supposed to turn red also. Isn't that like biblical?
Biblical. And don't forget, folks, let me get back to that. I almost forgot. Revelation 6:14 says, "And the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together, and every mountain and island were moved out of their places." And I thought it was a nuclear war, a nuclear bomb going off, but it won't. If it's every mountain and every island is moved out of its place, it's got to be like this is definitely, without a shadow of a doubt, a pole shift.
But it's okay because Trish spoke about it on the break. I guess you were out, but I did hear her talking about it.
Yeah, I was out.
It happens, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, now where was I? Because I'm doing so many things at the same time. Okay. The axis and the crust. She said survive. Yeah, there's somebody that wrote something in 1979, and if this happens at the Earth's axis and crust, billions of people will die, because it won't be millions, it'll be billions, you know, that will die in such a massive pole shift, which means that the north turns to the south and the south becomes the north. Very scary, if you ask me.
Kind of like the movie 2012 at the end, you know, where you saw them saying, "Oh, look, we're in the North Pole, and there's Africa underneath. This is where Africa."
Exactly. Yeah. That's like a pole shift. But I think it'll be even worse beyond anything. That movie was just a tip of the iceberg. I don't even want to be on the Earth when that happens.
But these guys think that they're going to go in the bunkers and they'll be all safe.
Exactly. I mean, how would it be, you know? But anyhow, I think we should get to the next article.
Yeah, that's a good idea, Rob. That's an excellent idea.
Exactly.
Because we haven't got all night, and people already complained. Some people, you know.
Yeah. We got complaints about our show tonight. Well, last week's show. We get the complaints about last week's show tonight. Isn't it funny?
Because they're saying that it's too long. But you know what? The trick of this show is you could just listen to us while you're doing stuff, and if you see that we're talking about something that's your taste, you just come and see what we're talking about. That's all. It's very simple. You don't need to be a rocket science to enjoy this MnRTV live show.
Exactly. All right. Now, next article right here. Next piece of information. Earth's magnetic field flip could happen sooner than expected. This was 2014. Earth's magnetic field, which protects the planet from huge blasts of deadly solar radiation, has been weakened over the past 6 months, according to data collected by European Space Agency. Okay. The
I don't
biggest
know
weak
why it
spot.
does that. It goes like from big to small.
It's the Illuminati. The big weak spots in the magnetic field, which extends 370,000 miles above the Earth's surface, has sprung over the western hemisphere, while the field has strengthened over areas like southern Indian Ocean, according to magnetometers on board the sworn satellites. So you see, folks, there's people, scientists that are expecting some kind of magnetic field shift to happen.
I bet you these scientists are not the same scientists that look at CNN, NBC, Fox.
But it says over here a flip is not instantaneous. It takes hundreds, if not thousands, of years. But however, I do think that in Noah's time, Noah's Ark, here we go again with Noah's flood, I do think there was some kind of polar shift. Is it possible? Because when the Earth was actually born, wasn't there's a word for it? I think it was all one country, like it was not one country, but all the Earth was one.
The continents, Rob, they were all together, yes.
They were all together, so obviously something had to happen if they're all together like this, and then it just exploded, and it went to separate ways. That's kind of like a pole shift.
That and maybe Atlantis sunk because of that.
Exactly. So that's what I'm thinking right here, because at one point, all the planet, all the Earth was one continent. Everything was together, and
yes,
then it went away.
Yes, the crust.
Yeah, the crust went away, and that's why we're away. North America went away from Europe, and so on and so forth. Yeah, so there, if you folks want to read more about it, I mean, right here, there's a world of information here, and I think that's it for this article. Right, there's a lot of like scientific stuff, and I don't want to get the people over here like bored, you know.
No, we don't want to bore people. That's the one thing we don't want, is to bore people. They get bored when they watch mainstream news. Okay, the next one.
I know I do. Do you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, right here. Where are you? Okay. Frogs levitate in a strong enough magnetic field. Are you able to put it bigger?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
I don't know if that's big enough.
That's perfect. Is it true that the Earth's magnetic field is about to flip? Like football teams at halftime, geophysicists think that the Earth's magnetic poles could soon switch ends, with the magnetic North Pole becoming south and the magnetic South Pole becoming north. Fortunately, when they say soon, geophysicists are thinking in geological timescales, and they actually mean sometime in the next 1,000 years. But of course, they're not going to say the truth.
No, because they don't want to fear people.
No, but there's a reason why the elites have underground bunkers. Pole flips completely.
You know what, Rob? You know what happens when they fear people? People don't want to go to work. People will disobey. People go like, crazy.
Well, yeah, just little things, people go crazy. So imagine a big thing like a pole shift.
So when they see us going crazy, what do? Make them have more fluoride. That will keep them quiet.
And more servitude.
Well, yeah, but fluoride is the right thing to give them, they say.
Exactly, and it just, oh yeah, for sure. And yeah, it says studies show that the poles switch ends every 500,000 years or so, and that we're due for another switch in the next few thousand years.
Hopefully we won't be around, but this show might still be around in the next few thousand years.
Who knows what's gonna happen when you think about it, because yeah, it's due to happen, and it would be a global disaster on a biblical scale if such a thing did happen.
I don't know if I'd want to live through that. Suivant next, right?
Yeah, no, you don't want to be. You do not want to be living through such a pole shift.
Suivant next.
With it flips. Yeah.
No, we don't want to be around when that happens. We don't deserve to be around when that happens. Nobody does.
No.
Just you know what, it's too bad because the planet is not a bad planet also to live. Okay, we got our little problems and this and that, but it's still nice. You know, we got to be positive too, right?
Exactly. And the next article right here, the next piece of information, Morning of Liberty. Top 3 Planet X consequences waiting for pole shift. Why is all the global media quakes over the past decade? Why is all the bizarre destructive weather? Why is the geomagnetic sphere collapsing? Why are Earth's magnetic poles deviating exceedingly? Synopsis. The severe and extreme weather that has been afflicting Earth for at least the past decade is caused by a waviness that has been produced in a jet stream as opposed to the normally smooth horizontal contour of the jet streams displayed in the late 20th century weather maps. Oh boy, so, and yeah, so this guy just goes on to explain in scientific terms what is going on, and it's like a roller coaster of jet streams that's going the opposite ways, and it's causing all kinds of erratic behavior of the weather.
Well, like last week in Buffalo.
In Buffalo, and just remember Monday or Sunday we were freezing with our winter coats, and on Monday we were like hot. We couldn't even wear winter coats. I was wearing my leather jacket and I was hot.
Yeah, spring jacket.
And then yeah, well yeah, because we need winter coats here, and you know, and then we wear leather. You know, like from one day to another. One day you're freezing, and the next day you're sweating with jackets. You know, and it's like unreal. I've never seen it.
Yeah, but it's like turning cold all over the place, you know?
Yeah. Okay, so right here it says, Earth's ancient history, the global catastrophe has been and will be provoked by the incoming dwarf star, which NASA has long called Planet X. In fact, you can find published on the internet a NASA document titled The Search for Planet X by the late chief astronomer of the United States Naval Observatory, Dr. Robert S. Harrington. Dr. Harrington's long since discovered dwarf star called Planet X will be the very first. And what would happen? It would kickstart a destructive chain of events with worldwide epic floods, droughts, heat waves, frigid winters due to polar vortexes. And that's what's happening. We're having a polar vortex here in Montreal. Giant hailstorms, windstorms, earthquakes, and volcanic eruptions. The incoming Planet X domino is being irresistibly pulled into our solar system by our sun's great gravitational force field. And this is a dwarf star, so can you imagine the Planet X coming? And I do know that the late Zecharia Sitchin, Mr. Sitchin, he talked a lot about the great Planet X. And isn't that how you learned about Planet X?
Oh, yeah.
Because you love Zecharia Sitchin, Mr. Sitchin. He's great.
There were many things he's missed out, unfortunately, but you know, there's certain things he didn't know. It's too bad, but I'm sure, you know, if he would have still been around, he would have uncovered some more interesting facts and what we needed to know.
Oh, yeah, oh, for sure. But, yeah, so, and there's the History Channel documentary, if people want to look. It's called Countdown to the Apocalypse. And it talks about the Earth's magnetic field as it's deteriorating, by Lawrence Joseph.
Isn't it supposed to be like the Star Wars star, that planet there?
No, the Planet X is it could be like a Death Star. That's what the information that we got this week. In fact, they said it's controlled by aliens and there's aliens on it. I do not know, and it's really a Death Star like on Star Wars. You got that information too this week, didn't you?
Yes, I did, but I knew about that even before this week, that it was supposed to have been like that. Like, what was it called? That planet that Darth Vader was building?
The Death Star.
Is that what it was called?
Yeah, the Death Star that he was building with the beam. Yeah, and they said that's what Planet X was.
Or is.
Is, yeah, is.
But bigger and more deadly.
Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, there's a lot of information on Planet X Nibiru, and from the Sumerians, and just go check out Zachariah Stitchin's work if you guys want to know more about Planet X. I mean, this man, he uncovered many things, but he's deceased now.
But dude, only look at his videos after you look at this.
Or his books. He has many books. Zachariah Stitchin.
I don't know, Rob. Do you want me to continue with this one, or just leave it on?
Oh no. Well, it just talks about, like, this is for people if they want to know why is the geomagnetic sphere collapsing. People can read if they want to. I mean, I'm not going to bore them. I mean, a lot of this is scientific. If you do not mind.
We want to get to the facts, not the packs, but the facts. All
Nibiru, right. Planet X, Nemesis, the Destroyer, Wormwood, Herculogus. Wormwood is described in the Bible also that a big Greek star is going to fall from heaven, folks. Wormwood in the Bible. But the last one, Herculogus, I never heard of that term. Is Nibiru real? Does it take Nibiru 3,600 years to complete one orbital journey? As you can imagine, the gravitational effects of a sizable planet moving close to the inner solar system would spell big trouble for planet Earth. Earth has been acting up lately with an increase in earthquakes, volcanoes, global warming, climate change, blending of seasons, and more. Open your mind a little and stop believing everything our so-called scientists and NASA folks have to say. Every week NASA seems to have learned something new that was unthinkable. And you know what NASA stands for? Never a straight answer. First, you have to understand that we might be part of a binary solar system. NASA just found a binary solar system last year. It would explain the Earth's wobble, which is still unexplained today. Would it be too far off to believe that a planet can share both solar systems? If you took the time to watch this video, then you might be interested in this newspaper article and these Planet X abstracts. Explore the site and ask questions and share your thoughts. Great video. I recommend for people that want to see the video, but watch it after our show, please. And they say in the article, it's a 10th planet. Planet X exists and is waiting to be discovered. 7,200 years ago, wait a minute. There's something funny I don't get, Mario. Why does it say 7,200 years ago during the cataclysmic known as Noah's flood? Is that when it happened? 7,000 years ago. I thought it was like 2,000 years.
No, 2,000 was when Christ came.
Okay, so this happened before, but I thought like maybe 5,000 years. Okay.
No, could be. It could very well be, Rob, because 5,000 is the Jewish calendar. They say it's like 5 something. So yeah, that's possible.
Yeah. The cataclysmic known as Noah's flood. Here we go again. We always end up talking about Noah's time, do we not? So when Jesus says, as the time of Noah, it's also be the day the Son of Man that come, maybe there'll be some kind of polar shift. And suddenly change in temperature, violent. Oh yeah, and here it goes. Here's the name right there. You highlighted Zachariah Stitchin, the 12th planet.
Yes, and I know Mr. Miller has books, and when we go to chapters, Rob, you and I, or chapters or Indigo, well, used to be chapters, now there's Indigo, we see those books, and who comes up? Whose name do you mention all the time?
Mr. Miller, because we're always talking about Zachariah Stitchin and his books, because like so many books, it's like unreal, and we always talk about Mr. Miller. And how much
I find,
like,
looking at those books is like, I say to myself, you have to be a genius to read it.
It's like an encyclopedia looking at all those books. It's too bad we don't have time to read all those books.
No, and it's not like you just got to read them. You got to also analyze them because there's stuff in them that you're like, whoa, what the heck is that?
Exactly. Oh, for sure. And here we go. And there's also the Hopi blue Kachina, red Kachina prophecy. That's also a prophecy that they talk about. That the Kachina, that's like a planet X also. And it says from our research, we think Nibiru will pass over in 2014, 15, or 16 at the end of April. All right, so it didn't happen this year, maybe next year.
No, you know when it's going to happen? When we least expect it.
But we don't want it to happen. We do not want Planet X to come.
No.
And cause polar shifts. But something will happen. I mean, in all mythologies or religions, they talk about something going on like this, something going to happen. And in the Bible, it does talk about Revelation 6:16, about every mountain and island shall be moved out of its place. So there is something out there, something up.
Just a matter of time before, you know, something does happen.
Yeah, that's the way I see it.
The next one from our good folks down in beforeitsnews.com. Right?
Yeah. And third secret of Fatima. Prophecy of a pole shift. Now you've heard of the Fatima, the secrets of Fatima, Mary, I'm sure.
Yeah, but I don't know if I want to believe it. But yeah, I did hear about it.
Yeah. In 1917, there were kids that saw the Virgin Mary with 3 cousins in Fatima, Portugal, and they had 3 visions. And the first 2 secrets, were a description of aspects of hell, World War I and World War II, and the importance of a Russia as a Christian nation. The third secret of Fatima may involve a pole shift and an apocalyptic Third World War, but we don't know for sure because the Vatican refuses to satisfy our curiosity and discuss the details of the third secret openly. The thing is with the Vatican, they have so many damn secrets, and if they don't want it to be open, they don't. We'd have to do a lot more digging.
They don't want it. They don't want us to know, and the question is why don't they want us to know? Why do they keep it a secret between them, the Freemasons, the Illuminati? They're all hiding. Why?
And right here, it says in the 60s, Vatican officials wore a press release that information was so horrible that it was most probable the secret would remain forever under absolute seal. And Pope Jean Paul placed the secret in one of those archives. Cardinal Ratzinger, later Pope Benedict, was always tight-lipped about the Fatima's prophecies, and Pope Jean Paul II placed him in charge of them. Ratzinger commented in 1984 that the prophecies contained in this third secret correspond to what Scripture announced. In the year 2000, the Vatican succumbed to press and released something. They claimed the third secret was about the 1981 assassination attempt of Pope Jean Paul II. I remember that. Do you, Mario?
Mm-hmm.
We were little back then. But according to this article, released in 2000, was 62 lines on 4 pages with no margins, not the authentic document. It will be sufficient for all Christians to know that if there is a message in which it is written that the oceans will flood whole areas of the earth, and that from one moment to the next millions of people will perish, truly the publications of such a message is no longer something so much desired. So I assume that there is a pole shift coming soon, and I am willing to assume the Pope knew what he was talking about, and that the third secret, the horrific event at the end of the world, I assume that the official explanation given on May 13, 2000 is a deception. Did you know, Mario, something was supposed to happen on May 13, 2000?
Well, but every day there's supposed to something happen, and every day.
There was like a big thing. I remember wondering, you know. And I remember in 1999 the prophecy of Nostradamus, the 7th month, out of the great sky, out of the sky will come a great king of big king of terror. Do you remember that? I should talk to you about it. We used to speculate.
Well, that's all we used to do, and we're still speculating, and sometimes...
Now just got more deeper now into the New World Order, because back then we didn't research as much as into the New World Order, where we're just doing prophecies, because we've been studying this sort of stuff for years and years, eh?
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, so I think that's it for this article. I mean, it's very, very long, and it's a world of information, like I keep saying, so, you know, if people want to know more about what the prophecies say with the polar shifts, you can go to that article.
So like I say, suivant, next, right?
Yeah, and what did it say on top? World War
Wait, hold on.
Tribulation now.
Okay,
Yeah.
from this website.
Oh, look, it says Facebook. Haha, I didn't click. You see what it says Facebook? I wonder what happens if we click on it, eh?
She'll bring it to Facebook because
So I wonder what it talks about. World War III and pole shift by 2017. There's another date right there, folks. 2017, the third secret of Fatima.
It's like Rob, all roads, they say all roads lead to Rome, while everything on the internet leads to Facebook.
Now, unfortunately,
this is from Isaiah 54.
Let me read this. For the mountains shall depart and the hills be removed, but my kindness shall not depart from you, nor shall my covenant of peace be removed, says the Lord who has mercy on you. Evidently, according to this author below, Father Malachi Martin reported that the third secret of Fatima was ultimately the Revelations 6:12:14 pole shift and the first trumpet solar flare. Bingo. Right on cue. The pole shift. Do you remember how many years, especially in I don't know why in 2007, I used to always talk about every mountain and every island shall be moved out of its place. Remember when I was obsessed with that saying, and I even want to get a shirt done?
Yes, Robert, that's all that came out of your mouth instantly, all the time. That's all.
Even when we were joking, you'd say something. You and our friends, we'd be going to like I don't know, a cafe or a bar or whatever, and I'd be saying, "In every mountain and island shall be moved out of its place," and people were like, "My God, you're so depressing." All right, getting back to it.
Like
what?
The truth is, it can be depressing, but it's okay.
Yes. Pole shift before 2017. Revelation 6:14, and every mountain and island was moved out of its place. Father Malachi Martin has said that the third secret is your worst nightmare multiplied exponentially. In an interview with Art Bell in 1997, which is Coast to Coast, he explained, and I love that show, and so do you, Mario, and so does Mr. Miller.
You just took the words, Rob, you just took the words right out of my mouth. I was about to say again, Mr. Miller. Definitely.
Exactly, and okay, now getting back to it, he explained that I was showing the text of the third secret in February 1960. I cooled my heels in the corridor outside the Holy Father's apartment, while my boss, Cardinal Bia, was inside debating with the Father. All right, I'm not going to go through that. And it just goes on to talk about the third secret. Father Martin said a fulfillment of the third secret. These events are not 200 years away. It is not 50 years away. It is not 20 years away. He expressed the views that major portions of the end times events would be underway before the centennial of the Marian apparition, before May 13th, 2017. And look what it says, the sixth seal, great earthquakes, 3 days of darkness, and pole shifts. My gosh. Isn't it just like mind-blowing? What do you have to say? I find this mind-blowing.
Rob, I don't want to be here to witness this. When this happens, I do not want to be on this planet.
No, of course not. And it just goes on to talk about when they open up the seals, there was a great earthquake and the sun became black as sackcloth made of hair, and the whole moon became like blood, and the stars of the sky fell out to the earth as a fig tree cast its unripe figs while shaken by a great wind. The sky was split apart like a scroll when it is rolled up, and every mountain and island were moved from their places. That just sounds like I don't think I even want to see a movie about this.
No, because you know why, Rob? You and I were God-fearing people. That's why.
And I don't want to see a movie about this. I think that a movie like this, they can't even make it. Like, as bad as they would make it, I think it'd be even worse than what they could actually make it.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. I mean, I mean, 2012, you got to combine The Day After Tomorrow, 2012. What's another movie? That
Earthquake. Remember the earthquake movies that they had? Everything was shaking, like 9.0, stuff like that. You could combine all of that together, all those movies, and it still wouldn't come to the actual horror that been described here.
No.
I don't know. It's just. I'm not gonna go read but look what it talks about. Massive solar flares, coronal mass ejection hits the Earth while the sun flares up in response to incoming dust, and the light of the sun will be 7 times brighter. If Malachi Martin was right that some of these events will be underway before 2017, that fits my conclusion that the Antichrist will be revealed at the midpoint of the final 7 years and start an apocalyptic war in June 2016. 3.5 years before the end of the Great Tribulation in December 2019. More dates, 2016, 17, and the end of the tribulation of 2019.
Were we that close to this thing? I don't know.
But as you know, and I'm sure you do know, that if this pole shift happens, nothing would survive. Billions would die, and I think that's when Jesus would come back on the earth.
Now we're going to get a lot of people out there that are non-godly Jesus people, that don't believe in him. But hey, we're conspiracy theorists that believe in Christ. There's nothing wrong with that.
No. Exactly. For sure there'll be people. Just mention the word Jesus gets people turned off. I'm sure people are going to be complaining in the comments. But anyhow, that's their problem. They can deal with him one day, right?
We're all entitled to our opinions, and some of them don't. We can't, knock anybody down.
No. Yeah, exactly.
Knock us down.
But that's why I said they can deal with it with him. But Pope John Paul II did talk about massive flooding and pole shift type events killing many people. I believe the next North Pole will be in Siberia, northwest of Lake Baikal, near the border of Russia, China, and Mongolia. Are you able to go down?
Yes, for sure I am. I was just looking at Chitango. There's just so much action on there.
Oh, is there? I can't really look now. The magnetic North Pole is already moving in that direction, and one of the main founders of the pole shift theory, Professor Charles Hapscott, authors of books like Path of the Pole and Earth-Shifting Crust, also felt this was likely location of our next North Pole. Is that correct? Will happen soon. What will that do to the people of Russia and China? Yeah, so pretty good long article, just go down fast, and just goes on to talk about Revelations 9:16, and we're getting to the 200 million man army that's supposed to come out of China, I believe.
China, perhaps Russia combined.
Yeah.
Because don't forget, China and Russia are probably going to turn allies because of their gas, the petroleum.
But aren't they going to turn their attention to fight the Antichrist?
Yes, for sure.
Yeah. Exactly. So, yeah. Now we're getting to another different topic over here. That's for another subject, another show. But yeah. So you see, people. You see, it all ties in. Like even Noah's flood, it all ties in. Like every week, we seem to be picking up more and more stuff that just fits like a puzzle.
Oh yeah, it does. It does all fit in a puzzle. That's the thing, and that's why we're conspiracy theorists and
Christian and intruders.
And we're trying to fit in the puzzles all together, the pieces.
And here again is End Times and 2019. Enoch and Elijah witnesses to pole shifts. And you're pressing what the heck, right, Mario?
No, I'm not saying anything. I mean...
In your mind, I'm saying.
No, I actually like Enoch and especially Elijah.
Well, Enoch, yeah, the book of Enoch, it talks again about the fallen angels. The early theologians, Irenaeus and Hippolytus may have been last heirs of the uncorrupted oral tradition of the apostles, and both of them said that Enoch and Elijah were two witnesses we will see in the future, preaching and dying on the streets of Jerusalem in the end times. The Bible tells us that their presence will be a sign that the second coming is imminent. I believe their stories also tell of pole shifts in our past, and then additional support to the idea that they will be a witness to an upcoming pole shift when we receive a new heaven and a new earth. And then it just goes on to talk about that Enoch lived a total of 265 years before he was taken up by God, because he was perfect. Well, he pleased God. He wasn't. I don't know if he was perfect. There's no one perfect, you know.
Maybe he was used like a teleportation. Who knows?
Well, God just took him away like a rapture type thing. And it says Enoch may incorporate a coded message about a pole shift event in the distant past when the sun symbolized by Enoch in this story would have been positioned in the sky next to the galactic center, God, when it suddenly shifted its apparent position in the sky and was taken to another place. I also suspect that the Bible breaks down Enoch's life in two unequal portions, might be similar to the way the Maya broke the year down based on the dates on which the sun passed directly overhead in the zenith. Every spring equinox in March, the sun is directly above the equator at noon. And there we go again, pyramids. The sun is directly overhead on May 22nd. The sun appears to be moving north until summer. So there we go. Last week we did a show about pyramids, and again, it comes down to pyramids.
It's always, Rob, there's always links to it. They're all links together.
They're all links together, exactly. That's something to tell our viewers that come every week. And could such zenith dates possibly point to the previous position of Jerusalem before the last pole shift? It gets you thinking, doesn't it?
Oh, for sure, for definitely.
I mean, even scientists just said there was pole shifts in the past. Are you aware, Mary, of the Bible talking about pole shifts? Maybe not the word pole shift, but something along the line.
Well, I know at one point somewhere in the Old Testament it did say that the earth stood still 3 days, and there was nothing but light on Israel because Israel was going through a war. So it did stay still, but I have to find that. I have to look at it in the Bible. Maybe
when you find it, send it to me or post it in the conspiracy talk.
I don't know if it is a pole shift, but I know that the world stood still. That I was like, wow, that's amazing.
And isn't a movie, or wasn't a movie or a book called When the Earth Stood Still? I think that's if the rotation of the Earth stopped spinning.
There's so many movies, Rob. I don't know if it had anything to do with that, but
yeah. And here it goes that Jerusalem it's approximately 19.8 degrees, which means that Enoch's been taken away in a translation, and the years of his life may be astronomical. I didn't know that. That's very interesting that he may have seen a pole shift.
Who knows? There's so much that have happened.
Yeah, because it does sound like a cosmic event of this happening, a pole shift. And again here, Revelation 6:12, the sun becoming black as sackcloth. I suspect it is no coincidence that Jesus died on a cross and was dead for 3 days, and we are told the sun went dark when he died. Jonah was in darkness in the belly of the whale for 3 days, and I believe there's a reference to the sun going dark as it passes through the cosmic levitation of the Milky Way central bulge along the galactic axis. But we heard that have you heard about this December 21st, 22nd, 23rd, there'll be 3 days of darkness?
Yeah, but
apparently it's fake.
Is it going to happen or just speculation?
I think it's, apparently it's been true. I don't know if it's NASA or if anybody knows more, but somebody said that it's fake. Maybe someone in the chat room knows about this information.
Or someone out there.
Or someone out there, please do post, because we'd love to know more about that. Yeah, exactly. So we're not going to get into this more because it just talks about the wisdom, the celestial keys, and more stuff going on. But yeah, do you see anything else, Mario, as you look down? I don't
No,
see it.
no, I don't see it, Rob. I
But
mean,
people want to know. They could go more later on into the
description.
exactly with the links up to all the links that we put up here
Because people want to know the proofs.
and the truth.
Yes.
This shift is on. Magnetic North Pole now racing a mile a day. And look at the diagram right there. North, south, south becomes north, and north becomes south between reversals and during a reversal.
Doesn't look good.
No, it doesn't. And because it's seeing these weird weather patterns, disruptive stuff going on, the massive idiotic geoengineering programs. And don't forget also, I just thought of something. Perhaps, just perhaps, HARP is not helping to get a pole shift. I mean, when you mess with Mother Nature, you know.
Yeah, but HARP has been around for not for so long, right?
No, I'm saying now that it's there now, it's probably not helping the situation if it's causing earthquakes and floodings and God knows what else it's causing. So many other things.
Can't do good.
No, it can't do good. Exactly. It's just adding to the problem. It's not actually helping the problem of what's going on now.
No.
Yeah, so, yeah, exactly. So I think next article we should go to.
We hardly touched about this. Is that okay, or?
Yeah, I just want to show the diagrams.
The diagram.
Yeah, like, you know, the article it goes on to talk about black holes and stuff that we can't get into it now, you know. But yeah.
I didn't know that.
No, it's okay though. That's a hell of a long article. That article would go on. It would take at least an hour, just half an hour to talk about it all, you know.
And to dissect it and to go into details and
Exactly.
I know there's so much on the net. The net is such a beautiful thing. Anyhow, next, move on right here.
A Christian perspective into the UFO mystery. Isn't that one of your favorites?
Definitely. The show would be incomplete about UFOs.
Book of Revelation, Sixth Seal and the Shifting of Earth's Magnetic Poles. Right here. Studying the Bible, I found 8 areas in the scriptures that describe an event in time in which the sun is darkened, the moon does not give its light or is like blood, and the stars fall from the heavens. All these verses are describing the same event which takes place after a great tribulation. It also describes that after the sun, moon, and stars events, the Son of Man, Jesus, shall appear and send his angels to gather the elect. This event is known as the rapture or second coming. I thought it was 2 separate things. It also says that this sun, moon, and star events, God will punish the remaining lost world for their wickedness and arrogance. In fact, the book of Revelation says they mourn because the day of the Lord has come. This is God's wrath. The cosmic events in the 6th seal of the book of Revelation 6. And we did go through this before. And yeah, it goes on to talk, and my favorite is 6:14, as you know, right, Mario?
Mm-hmm.
And the sun, moon, and stars events is immediately after the tribulation of those days, and it goes on. Look at that. I'm not going to read it all, obviously, but you know, people can see it on the screen right now of what we're talking about. It only makes sense. It only makes sense after pole shift that this would all happen. That the Lord would come back. It'd be like sort of like the end of the world as we know it. Because where we are now, we're in Canada, Montreal. The next thing you know, we're like at the equator, and the equator is at the North Pole, and God knows how it would be, you know.
Well, at least we'd be getting heat, like Leland said.
I know. I wish we could use heat. I am tired of cold weather, you know. But we don't want to go. We don't want to have heat this way. having a massive pole shift. And I don't even know if the Illuminati would be able to survive a pole shift in underground bunkers. I think they would be crushed, wouldn't they, if everything's changing?
Unless if they have then the mark of the beast in them and they won't die because they're not able to die.
But that's a whole other topic. We're talking about like on an aspect. If people went underground, I don't know if these underground bunkers would be able to survive a massive pole shift.
No, for sure not.
Exactly.
Now, Rob, I'm going down here. I don't know if you want me to stop.
No, that's it for that. I mean, this is for people that want to see more later on. We're just showing it on, like go down. You could go down pretty quickly, to show down on the screen of what it talks about, evidence of cosmic events that talks about in the Bible. It even talks about in Isaiah 13:12 about what's to happen. So yeah, so I was under the impression that Revelation 6:14 to 6:16 was talking about a nuclear war, but it's beyond that as I studied it. The Earth's pole shift, the sun-moon events, is caused by solar storms that weaken the Earth's electromagnetic field and causes a physical shifting of Earth's north and south magnetic poles. Let's scrutinize the book of Revelation. Aliens will land at opportune time. As I mentioned earlier, these aliens will come at an opportune time to aid and assist mankind of the current problems in the world. These problems include earthquakes, strange weather, and especially the coming pole shifts. Their message will be to inform humans the current dangers and offer a solution to the problem. Perhaps the mark of the beast, as you were talking about before, Mario. As you may see, why isn't the government telling us about pole shifts soon to take place? First, there is nothing they can do to prevent it, although they are using chemtrails and do not want to panic the people and cause a run on resources. But if you look at some of the things they are doing now, you will see something is going on. Fully stocked facilities have been built. FEMA adds, saying, what if your world was turned upside down? Doesn't look at that, doesn't upside down. A hidden message by the Illuminati. Right there.
Because they know something. That's why they know something.
Indeed, they do. For sure. Exactly. Okay, so that's it for that one.
Rob. It's too bad that they know so much.
And we have to figure out steps ahead of us.
And they want to keep us ignorant. That's the thing. They like to keep us ignorant, but they just can keep us ignorant just for so little, because we gotta catch up to them, and we do catch up to them.
And
right?
This information right here, if you could get it bigger, some Planet InfoWars. Oh my God, it's so long. I haven't been on Planet InfoWars. It's been ages. I used to go on it before. That's Alex Jones' own Facebook type thing, if you want to call it that.
Or his blog. Yeah, you can say so.
Guys, I've got very bad news. I believe it's quite possible that we are literally in the next 2 years where the Holy Bible 7th seal will open up. From this year 2014 all the way into the next year 2015. Soon afterwards, during, we should see some extremely horrible nature disasters occurring everywhere on this planet. That's the reason why I believe this is because of the famous 4 blood moon omen that is to occur both this year and the next, because it coincides perfectly with biblical prophecy. The really bad news, though, is that it looks like the blood moon omen is going to signal what might be a pole shift on our planet, one that might end up killing most of us, rapturing us out, so to speak. This could mean literally planetary devastation. And we know about the blood moons on God's holy days. April 15th, the Passover, one occurred October 8th, which is known as the Feast of Tabernacles. Next year, in 2015, 2 of the blood moons are supposed to occur. The first and next will be on April 4th, 2015, another holy day of the Passover, and then on September 15th on the Holy Feast of Tabernacles again. We do know that the Holy Bible described the coming pole shift in great detail. Oh yeah, and the one of the silence in heaven, and approximately half an hour there was silence, and then the 7 trumpets, which I'm not going to read about because it's very, very long, and they were just there to show that there's more proof of what's going to happen in the Great Tribulation of 1,260 years. 60 days.
People can Google it. They can go out and purchase themselves a Bible and just read it. It's worth it.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. Someone wrote, if we still check out Alex Jones, I do sometimes. I read more the articles than actually listening to it because, I don't know. Sometimes it's just, it becomes, you know, it's a lot of information that he says and just, you know. But I do read his articles often. He woke up a lot of people.
And he still is waking a lot of people. I mean, he's like the conspiracy king in a way, you know?
Exactly. The conspiracy king, exactly. Maybe, for all we know, maybe he watches our show sometimes.
You never know. I mean, why not?
I'm sure that InfoWars has seen us. I mean, I've posted before. I used to post on Planet InfoWars, our show. So who knows? He's probably come across it. But yeah, so yeah, if you could please just go down fast, just to show the article. I'm not going to read anymore because it talks about the Bible and Revelations, and we went through it. But this is so people proof of what's going to happen. Great sores on people's faces, their bodies, and this is an Alex Jones website right here that talks about the Bible. So people that say, "Oh my God, why are you talking about the Bible?" Well, this is from Alex Jones because some people just want us to talk about conspiracies and not anything about biblical stuff.
But you know that's the thing. Bible does go hand in hand with the conspiracy. I mean,
exactly. It does tie in, you know. So
don't forget, the Illuminati hates the Bible. So they hate the Bible.
Then there is something to it. Why would they hate it if it's nothing? You know.
All right, Rob, this is a long article, man.
I'm saying, I'm just saying now we could end that article, the piece of information right there, because it just quotes the Bible and he explains what it means. People, if they're interested, they can go, because it destroys every mountain and island. We've been through all of that, and it's not something we want to go. And
we talk quite a bit about that, you know. I mean,
exactly.
We're talking about that. Okay, sweep on next, right here.
The Bible describes several pole shifts in the past and in the next one. A pole shift, a crustal displacement, happens when the entire surface of the Earth suddenly moves over the interior. The crust slides over the mantle and core as a single piece, like chocolate could rotate around a cherry inside it. The idea that every continent could rapidly move to a new location as civilization is ruined by earthquakes and tidal waves may seem extreme, but even Albert Einstein endorsed this theory. Significant shifts of the crust of the Earth have taken place repeatedly, and within a short time, a movement of the Earth's crust over the rest of the Earth's body. More importantly, the Bible repeatedly describes pole shifts and their effects, both in the past and our future. And then the late, great Edgar Cayce talked about pole shifts also.
Everybody talks about pole shifts. Everybody did.
Exactly. So that's the thing, because some people didn't know what the heck I was talking about, pole shifts. So if they do research and they see our show, because believe you me, after the show's done and it's going to be posted all over, so more people are going to know about pole shifts.
In great detail and depth.
Like we have now. Look at all this information that we're putting on screen right here. More stuff from the Bible, other parts of it. Yeah, exactly. So the Book of Noah, again. So it's just and other books that didn't make in the Bible. The Book of Esdras says the sun will suddenly will start shining at night and the moon in the daytime. Blood will drip from trees. Stones will speak. Nations will be in confusion. The movement of the stars. Wow. Did you read that, man? Did you know about this book?
No, because that's part of the Apocrypha.
Exactly, but look what it talks about, though. The sun will start shining at night. Can you imagine now? It's nighttime where we are right now, and then we see the sun just coming out. Wouldn't that freak you out?
No, for sure. I'd see what that
I'd be terrified.
You know, I'm sure, Rob, if that happened right now, I'm sure people would stop watching MnRTV live show and look outside and go
including us. And I'm sure people would be going on Facebook and Twitter and Google Plus and every other ones, and it'd be the big talk. And I'm sure people in my house would tell me, "Rob, stop doing the show. Come and see this." I'm sure, in fact, we probably would be so into amazement, we would just let the camera run.
Yeah. And we'd be getting phone calls on top of phone calls on top of phone calls.
And texts, and what do we do, you know? Pole shifts are recorded in the Bible if you know how to look for them, and the very beginning. The Great Pyramid in Egypt is also interesting. Peter Lesmer and Hancock and Banner and West and many other authors point out that the degree of scientific knowledge exhibited by the pyramid's designer is completely incompatible with what the current historical theory tells us about man's history. And there's Edgar Casey that I spoke about before. So you see, the pyramids do tie in to pole shifts.
We just all want to know what the hell they really
And here it goes again, the Hebrew calendar in the year 5780, or possibly December 2019, for the completion of the world at the next pole shift. Now, doesn't December in 2019 sound closely to December 21st, 2012?
Yeah.
Perhaps 2012 was actually 2019, and there were a few years off.
Quite a bit.
Because Julius Caesar did change the calendar, and maybe they were off. So perhaps 2012 really means 2019. That's something to think about. An interesting theory. It gets you thinking.
Suivant, next, right?
Yes, by all means. Exactly, my friend.
Boy, there's a lot of stuff out there.
Exactly.
People got to do their research.
Exactly. Pole shift, it started.
By the Daily Sheeple.
The Daily Sheeple, haha. At least the sheep are waking up. There are two types of pole shifts. The terrestrial kind, where the land masses actually move from the current positions to new ones, to sometimes thousands of kilometers away. Then there's the magnetic pole shifts, a flip in the Earth's magnetic field from north and south poles exchange places. So yeah, so I'm not going to read this long article, but it just goes on to talk about how deep it, how it changes, and the rocks and the formations, and the magnetic pole shift is a different thing entirely, because the Earth's crust stays in place. There's no change of rocks or anything else on the surface of the Earth. What changes is the Earth's magnetic field. Oh. And the last one, go ahead.
Yeah, like the Earth is always changing, because there was one time an airport where they had to change their runway because magnetic field, the airplanes weren't going towards it, so they had to like shift their tarmac so that the planes would go on it. That's you see, it's always still shifting. When there's an earthquake, the earth shifts a little bit.
It does. Yeah. Oh yeah. For sure, it does. And yeah, that's it. That's it. So, you know, it just goes talk about magnetic North Pole. The North Canada towards Russia, it moves at a rate of 25 to 40 miles a year. Yeah, so a magnetic pole reversal is going to present problems with GPS satellites, and effects on animals, climate, the bees, bats, and even mass migrations will most likely be affected. Also, birds. Probably fish. Our food supply is fragile, so that would be. And the ozone layers, skin cancer and severe burns, cataracts, and blindness will rise exponentially as the ozone reduces. Cash-strapped austerity-driven Europe would not be spending tens of millions of dollars putting 3 satellites into space. That's for sure. People would have a lot to worry about more than what they're worrying about now if this happened. That's for sure. So that's it for this final article right here.
Yep.
It's just I don't know. And here's an article right here. And it's
Just
long.
loading up, Rob. Hold on.
Yeah, I know it's
So,
loading up. It's a long
it's
article, but yeah, it's a long article for people to read if they want. Go
it's a
ahead.
big article though, Rob, because I can't make the writing bigger. I'll
No, no,
try.
I'm not gonna read it all. It just like go down. It just talks about the U.S. economy and controlled demolition and 9/11 and RFID chips and Big Brother. You know, they just and the NWO, futuristic dark Illuminati team cities, the Anunnaki, Nephilims, Lucifer. It just goes on. It's a big article that just kind of like ties it all in together. If people want to go look into it, just go fast. It talks about pole shifts. So you know, and Planet Nibiru, Planet X. That's for viewers and the people the new people, because there's a lot of new people watching our show tonight. It even talks about the Creator and Allah, the UN, the world elite, survival hideouts.
In a nutshell. So
Yeah,
website in a nutshell.
exactly. You know, yeah, exactly. Planet Nibiru. It goes on and on. December 21st and February 14, 2013. I remember that they even said February 14, 2013 something would happen. Yeah, but that did not happen. Obviously. And it goes to from 2012 to 2019. Yeah, so that's it. You know, I don't want you to go down, but it's just too much information here. It's just for viewers. If they want to get more information, they just click on the link and it'll go on. Again, something will happen between 2012 and 2019. So that's another date we have to look into, eh?
Yeah, cross your calendars.
For another whatever if anything would happen on 2019, but you know.
And
Yeah, so
again,
yeah, the Bible. So I think we should move on because it just repeats of what we've seen, you know. But this is just to show proof of different types of proof that there is out there. Because people want proof where we get our information.
yeah, we always have to. They always want us to back things up, which is normal because you know people want to know what are these guys talking about. Are you sure about that? Back it up. So here we are. We're backing things up, and this is the next one.
NASA-wise telescope discovered planet X Nibiru Nemesis Hercules is approaching brown dwarf system and planetary system. Look at this diagram right there. How big it is compared to the Earth.
It's
Video, yeah.
a video.
It's a video, you know, and I've seen this video and it's very interesting. It's for people that want to see the video. They can go to it and learn a lot more about Planet X right there.
There's a lot of good videos. Not long.
Yeah, so this is just a place I want people to see for videos that want to see. Oh, where can we find links or videos about this? Because a lot of people love videos. So this is it, folks. This is the website for you guys to go see. It's a whole bunch of websites that have been put together to watch videos.
And this is explaining about the size of this planet.
Exactly. Exactly. So it's like 50. I think. My gosh, it's like really astronomical compared to Planet X, how big it is compared to our planet. 375 times, yeah.
Farther than Pluto.
So no wonder they don't see it. But I'm sure there's a cover-up.
I remember all over the internet, I remember there used to be videos that they could see it coming from the South Pole. I remember that.
I remember too. And then weren't we supposed to have two suns?
Yeah, that's what they said. That's what you see on the MasterCard. So I don't know about this, man. It's like, come on. It's a good thing it doesn't come, though. I'm happy with that.
Well, if it came, we wouldn't be talking right here. Look right there. The new solar system, the dark star, the planet Nemesis, and they call it the Destroyer, because it would destroy worlds, the destroyer of worlds, Wormwood. And don't forget, the Bible does talk about Wormwood, a star falling. I wouldn't want to be there, that's for sure. Look on the side. It talks about hyperinflation, Illuminati, meltdown. So it's a wonderful website for a lot of information. It dates back to probably 2010, as we see here, and probably even before and after. It's just a lot of information. And I think we should end that article now because it just goes on and on. This is for people that want to see, oh, what are these guys talking about?
Last but not least, this is the next article that's coming up.
The final article, right?
The final one of the night. I don't know if you could see it. I know I can't make it any bigger, Rob. It's the website is like that, you know?
Yeah, the coming pole shift. When Nibiru passes by, the magnetic force it will have on the Earth will be so powerful that it will stop the Earth from spinning for 3 days. It's happened before, and then hold the Earth captive, forcing it to spin the other way. One half of the Earth will be in darkness for 72 hours, and the other will fry in the sun's heat for 3 days, which entire mountain range and islands will slide across the tectonic plates, residing the shape of all lands, and as it did 3,600 years ago. California will slip into the ocean. There has been predictions of this happening for years now. Whew. And look, as we can see a little diagram right there of what's happening. That the Earth stops spinning and it spins on the other way. Oh boy. The Great Flood of Noah, which was not only described in the Bible, but also described in many other annals of recorded history, was caused when Nibiru passed and split open the fountains of the deep, which were huge caverns of water that Earth contained just under the surface. People on the Earth lived for hundreds of years longer than they do now today because the Earth was dramatically different with a thick worldwide cloud cover and very little surface water. Because the flood had a major cause of aging, and there are other fascinating theories regarding the reason people lived longer. Wow.
Yeah, like the giants lived longer before the flood.
Well, people did also. It's recorded in the Bible, you know. And look, it's the new USA right there. There's like a nice little map right there.
For our good fellow Americans that are watching this show.
And it says unpin it after the pole shift. Wow. So can you imagine the Earth spinning one way and then it stops spinning and goes to the other way, you know? And there's more information on page 4, which we're not going to get into. I've been there, but if you guys want to go to it, if this part interests you of the show, you just go to page 4 and it goes on and on and on. You can go back to page 1, but this talks specifically about the pole shifts.
Yeah, it does, and I think that's just want to show what's happening on Chitango. You know?
Oh yeah, for sure.
There's always something that happens on our blog on Chitango.
On our chat room right there, oh for sure. And it's been a heck of a show, you know. And any final thoughts on Planet X Nemesis, the Destroyer, Wormwood?
No, not really, Rob. I mean, a lot of stuff I knew already. I was expecting in 2012, and now I'm still expecting it, and it's not happening. So it's all good.
But it could be, like I said, maybe they meant 2012 because of the calendar changes and everything and mistakes. It could actually be 2019.
It could be. Anything is possible. Everything is possible.
It could even be the next few minutes. We don't know, you know. But that's it for this show. In conclusion, we want to thank you all. And next week, we're going to have a special guest on our show. Right, Mario?
Oh, yeah. I'm looking forward to it. But it's a little surprise. You'll have to look at our blog to find out what the little surprise is.
Well, yeah, it's a good surprise. Next week, we have a good guest on our show coming up. And that's it. We want to thank you very much for coming on our show. God bless you all, and we'll all see you next week, God willing, if there's not a pole shift.
Yes, thank you all for watching. You're the best, I should say. And keep your minds open all times. Keep your minds open. That's why we're here, to keep them open. Thank you for watching. Have a good night. Bye.
Thank you.